Welcome to English Unlocked, the Oral Mastery.
And I'm Jenny. This show is a cozy place for easy English, a place where we slow things down, take a deep breath, and really look at the English language.
I'm Daniel, and yes, it is. We are here to bridge the gap between that textbook English and the real, messy, interesting conversations people actually have.
Exactly. We don't just look at the words on a page, we look at the life behind the words. And today, we're doing a deep dive into something a little different.
Right. We aren't just talking about grammar rules today. We are talking about a social experiment, a challenge.
A challenge that might actually frighten some of our listeners. I mean, it certainly frightened me when I first thought about it.
Me too. So let's set the scene for everyone listening. I want you to imagine it is tomorrow morning. You are in your bed. It is warm. You are comfortable.
Sounds perfect so far.
It is. You wake up. Maybe the sun is just coming through the window. You stretch your arms. And then you do the thing we all do. You reach for your phone.
But here is the twist. It is not there.
It's just gone.
It isn't under the pillow. It isn't on the nightstand. Imagine a world where you absolutely cannot touch your phone for 24 hours.
No checking the news.
No texting your friends, no scrolling through photos while you brush your teeth.
Just hearing you say that makes my heart beat a little faster.
I know, right?
And that reaction is exactly what we are exploring today. We're going to walk through this imaginary no phone day from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to sleep.
And as we walk through this day, we are going to unlock the specific vocabulary you need to describe your habits, your emotions, and your relationships.
Because interestingly enough, when you take away the phone, you find out a lot about how you really feel. Let's start right at the beginning. Segment 1, the morning routine. That moment in the bed.
Right.
You reach out and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Now, physically, what happens?
Well, for me, my hand feels confused. It keeps tapping the table. It is almost like my hand has a brain of its own.
That is such a common experience. And it brings us to our first major vocabulary focus for today. We need to talk about the word obsessed.
Obsessed. Now, usually, when you learn this word in a beginner English class, it is taught in a very positive or, romantic way.
Like in a movie.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You might say, he is obsessed with her, meaning he loves her very much. Or, I am obsessed with this new song, meaning I just like it a lot.
Right. It implies passion. It implies that you really enjoy something. But we need to look deeper. In the context of our phones, obsessed means something a bit darker.
It does. It moves from liking something to needing something. When we say your hand is obsessed with the phone, we are talking about a compulsion.
A compulsion.
Right. A compulsion is something you do without thinking. You don't actually choose to do it. Your body just does it.
That is the key difference. If I am obsessed with pizza, I want to eat it because it tastes good. But with the phone, at 6 in the morning, am I really enjoying it?
Probably not.
No. My eyes are barely open. I'm not happy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm doing it anyway.
Exactly. The obsession overrides your logic. The device has bypassed your decision-making. You are unable to stop thinking about it, and you are unable to stop reaching for it. It just fills your mind completely.
It's like a loop in the brain. The brain says, check the screen. You check the screen, you get a tiny little reward, and the loop starts again. So when we use obsessed here, we are describing a loss of control.
And that loss of control leads to our morning routine, or I should probably say our lack of a morning routine. Because what do we actually do?
We check our messages.
We check the weather, we check emails.
I do this before I even say good morning to my wife.
Yeah.
I do this before I even say good morning to myself. I am connecting with a server in California before I connect with the person sitting right next to me.
It is a really powerful image, and we justify it, don't we? We tell ourselves it is necessary.
Oh, absolutely. I tell my friends, I checked my phone 1,000 times this morning.
1,000 times.
Well, okay, not literally 1,000. But this brings us to a very common linguistic habit. I'm exaggerating.
Let's look at that word. Exaggerate. This is a tool we use constantly in English, especially in casual conversation. To exaggerate means to make something sound bigger, worse, or more extreme than it actually is.
Why do we do that, though? Why don't I just say, I checked my phone 50 times?
Because 50 times is just a statistic. It is a number. But when you say 1,000 times, you are conveying an emotion. You are telling me how it feels.
It feels overwhelming.
Right. It feels like too much.
So exaggeration is a way to share the emotional truth, even if it is not the factual truth.
Exactly. If you say, I am starving to death, you are not actually dying. You are just very hungry. But you want me to understand the intensity of your hunger.
So back to our no phone day.
Yeah.
You wake up, you are obsessed. But you cannot satisfy the obsession because the phone is gone. You cannot exaggerate your emails because you can't see them. You were just sitting there in the room.
And this is where the environment changes. Without the screen, what is left?
Silence. You look at the wall clock like it's 1999.
But it's not just normal silence, is it?
No. It feels heavy. It feels loud. It feels intense.
Intense. This is our next word. We use this to describe an atmosphere or a feeling that is very strong. It is the opposite of mild. It is the opposite of weak.
When I have my phone, the world is soft. I'm distracted. I don't really hear the traffic outside. I don't really hear the refrigerator humming. The phone blocks it all out.
It filters the world for you.
But take the phone away, and suddenly, boom, the sunlight is brighter, the noises are louder, the silence in my own head is very intense.
It is interesting you mentioned the silence in your head. I think that is what people are actually afraid of. When the external noise stops, the internal noise starts. You have to be alone with your own thoughts.
And that can be terrifying. It makes you feel exposed.
Which leads us to a beautiful, complex word. Vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
Yeah.
This is a word that often confuses English learners because it can be physical or emotional.
Physically, to be vulnerable means you can be easily hurt. Like if a soldier goes into battle without armor, he is vulnerable.
But emotionally?
Emotionally, it means the exact same thing. It means you have no shield. You have no protection. You are completely open to the world.
And the phone is our shield.
Yes, ideally. Think about it. When you are scrolling through your feed, you are in a bubble. You are safe inside that digital world. Nothing in the real room can touch you.
If I am feeling awkward, I look at my phone. If I'm feeling sad, I look at my phone. It protects me from feeling those difficult things.
So on no phone day, you lose the shield. You are sitting at your breakfast table, eating your toast, and you are vulnerable. You are just a human being sitting in a chair with nothing to hide behind.
Is that a bad thing?
It feels uncomfortable, but I would argue it is necessary. You cannot have a real connection with the world if you are constantly wearing armor. You have to be vulnerable to be real.
That is a very deep thought to start the morning. So we have woken up, we have fought the obsession, we have sat in the intense silence, and we have accepted feeling vulnerable. Now we have to go out into the world.
Yes. Segment 2. The day must go on. You have to go to work or to school. And this transition leaving the house is usually where the no phone challenge gets very difficult socially.
Let's talk about the elevator, or the bus stop, or the queue at the coffee shop. These are what I call the in-between spaces.
And what do we usually do in these spaces?
We hide.
We hide.
Let go.
Let's imagine the scenario. You step into an elevator, your neighbor steps in. You know him, but not well. Maybe you know his name is Bob.
Classic Bob.
Ideally, you should say hello, but that feels risky. What if he doesn't hear you? What if you have absolutely nothing to say? It is awkward. So what do?
I pull out my phone. I look at the screen very seriously as if I am reading the most important email in the entire world.
You are playing it safe.
Play it safe. I love this idiom. It sounds like a game.
It comes from sports or gambling originally. But in daily life, to play it safe means to choose the path of least resistance. You avoid risk. You avoid the possibility of failure or embarrassment.
So using the phone is the ultimate way to play it safe.
It is the safe option. If you look at your phone, you don't have to risk a conversation. You don't have to risk making awkward eye contact. You are protected.
But on no phone day, I don't have that option. I am in the elevator with Bob. The door closes. I have empty hands. I cannot play it safe. I have to take a risk.
And what happens when you take that risk?
Well, I looked up, I saw him, and I just smiled and said, "Good morning."
And did the world end?
It did not. He smiled back. He said, "Good morning. Nice weather." And that was it. 10 seconds of interaction. Yeah. But I walked out of that elevator feeling lighter.
You had a human moment. When you stop playing it safe, you open the door for connection. Even a small connection like that releases good chemicals in the brain.
It is true. But then I arrived at work. Or for our listeners, maybe it's time to sit down and study English. And this is where the battle really begins.
Work and study, these are things that require focus. They require your brain to be in one place.
But our brains are trained to be in 10 places at once. When I sit down to write a script or study a grammar textbook, the phone is sitting right there on the desk, just watching me.
Oh, it's a magnet.
It is. And I tell myself a lie. I say, I am just going to check this one notification. It will take 1 second.
The 1 second lie. We all know it.
But it's never 1 second. It's 20 minutes. I see the notification, then I check a video, then I read the comments, and suddenly my study time is gone.
This brings us to a fantastic phrase for our listeners. Getting in my own way.
Getting in my own way. It sounds strange. How can I be in my own way?
Imagine you are walking down a path, trying to reach a destination. The destination is learning English or finishing your work. But then you step in front of yourself and block the path.
I am the obstacle.
You are the obstacle. The English language isn't stopping you. The textbook isn't stopping you. Your habit is stopping you. You are getting in your own way by checking the phone.
It's self-sabotage. I want to learn, but I'm choosing distraction.
So without the phone, what changed in your workday?
It was quiet. At first, my brain was screaming for distraction. It wanted that dopamine hit. But after about 20 minutes, the screaming stopped.
The brain settled.
It settled. I felt calm. I opened a book and I read for 30 minutes without looking up. And I actually understood what I was reading.
That is the power of deep focus. When you stop interrupting yourself, your intelligence actually increases.
No phone means more brain power. I really believe that now. When I stopped getting in my own way, I could actually move forward.
So we have navigated the morning obsession. We have survived the social anxiety of not playing it safe. We have stopped getting in our own way at work. Now the sun goes down. We go home.
Segment 3, the evening. This is where things get personal. This is about family, about connection versus isolation.
Picture the typical living room. This is a scene happening in millions of houses right now. The family is together, dad is on the sofa, mom is in the chair, the kids are on the floor.
The TV might be on, but nobody's watching it.
No. Everyone is looking down. Blue light is reflecting on their faces.
It is a profound contradiction.
Contradiction. Let's unpack this word. A contradiction is a situation where two opposing things happen at the same time. Things that shouldn't fit together, but they do.
So what is the contradiction here?
The contradiction is we are together, but we are lonely.
That is sad, but true. Physically, we are close enough to touch. Mentally, I am on Twitter arguing with a stranger, and you are on Instagram looking at someone else's vacation. We are in the same room, but we are in different worlds.
We are prioritizing the virtual world over the real people sitting 2 feet away from us.
So on no phone day, I walked into the living room, I sat on the sofa, and I had absolutely nothing in my hands.
That must have felt strange for your family, too.
It did. They looked at me like, what is he doing? Why is he just sitting there?
And what did you do?
I looked at them. I really looked at them. And because I wasn't distracted, I noticed things. I noticed my wife looked tired. I noticed my son seemed excited about something. And I started a conversation.
And not just a surface conversation.
No, I felt this urge to pour my heart out.
This is such a lovely, expressive idiom, to pour your heart out.
Think of your heart as a container, like a cup. It is full of feelings, worries, stress, love. Usually we keep a lid on it. We keep it closed.
But to pour it out.
It means to tip the cup over, to let everything flow out, to share your deep, real feelings without holding back.
Did you go that deep?
Well, I didn't give a Shakespearean speech, but I was honest. I told him, I feel really tired of the internet today. I just want to be here with you guys.
That is vulnerability again. You took down the shield.
And the amazing thing was, as soon as I poured my heart out, even just a little bit, they put their phones down.
Really? Just like that?
Yes. It was like I broke the spell. My wife put her phone on the table. My son closed his iPad. And we just talked. We talked about dinner. We talked about the weekend. It wasn't amazing, dramatic conversation. It was just connection.
It seems we hold on to our phones because we are afraid that real life isn't enough.
Hold on to. That is a key phrase here.
To hold on to means to grip something tightly, to refuse to let it go.
We hold on to the phone like a safety blanket. Like a small child holds a blanket when they're scared of the dark.
We are scared of boredom. We are scared of silence. So we hold on to the device.
But when you finally let go, when you force yourself to put it down, you wake up to something.
Wake up to, and we don't mean waking up from sleep in a bed.
No. We mean realizing the truth. To wake up to a situation means to suddenly become aware of reality.
You had been sleeping, metaphorically. You were in a trance.
Exactly. I woke up to the fact that my family is actually interesting. I woke up to the fact that my evening can be relaxing without a screen. I realized what I had been missing.
That is the ultimate lesson of the no phone day. It isn't about punishing yourself. It isn't about suffering. It is about waking up.
It's about reclaiming your time, reclaiming your brain, and reclaiming your relationships.
So we've gone through the whole cycle. The morning obsession, the workday focus, and the evening connection. It sounds like a journey worth taking.
It is. But we know it is hard. We aren't telling you to throw your phone in the river.
Please keep your phones. They are very useful tools.
But we want to give you a small challenge, a baby step,
Call it a micro-adventure.
Tonight, we want you to try a no-phone hour.
Just 1 hour. That is it.
Pick a time, maybe 8 to 9. Put your phone in a drawer. Physically hide it. Walk into the next room and just see what happens.
Pay attention to your body. Do you feel your hand twitching? Do you feel that obsession?
Pay attention to the silence. Does it feel intense?
And try to connect with someone. Don't play it safe. Try to pour your heart out, even just a little bit.
We are really curious to hear how this goes for you. So we have a question for you, the listener, to answer in the comments.
Yes, please tell us. What is one thing you would do if you had no phone for a day?
Would you paint a picture? Would you cook a complicated meal? Would you just stare at the ceiling and think?
There's no wrong answer. We just want to know what your real life looks like when the digital life is turned off.
I think for me, I would go for a very long walk without a map. Just get totally lost.
That sounds risky. You aren't playing it safe.
Exactly. That is the whole point. Well, this has been an eye-opening deep dive. I feel ready to disconnect.
Me too. Let's go enjoy the silence.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Jenny.
This is English Unlocked. See you next time.